What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's another edition of Conversations with Kenny here on the Call Up podcast. A lot to go over today. Today's normally I have somebody on. I decided just to do it solo today. We go over questions and stuff for that. But there was a lot in the news today. A lot. We have Vince McMahon news. We have Young Bucks and Kenny Omega news. We're getting ready for SummerSlam that is this Saturday. A lot of new signings that are coming in right now. I'm looking over here at the Pro Wrestling Podcast news page here just to make sure I have everything that we need to talk about today in today's episode. We're talking a little bit of football as well because the NFL season started to gear up now and we're getting a lot of pre-season games going on. Couple of legends deciding they're going to come back and do some work with a certain company. We talk Cody Rhodes documentary, but I want to know what's going on with everybody else. If you guys are here right now, you guys are watching the live show right now, please tap in. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what are you up to right now. If you're watching on Facebook, please, you have to click on the video in order for me to see your comments. If you just put a comment in the post, I will not see it until later on, but I will go through the comment section here. Hopefully I can get to you guys if you guys start to leave comments. One person doesn't like the fact that I'm tagging people to let them know about the show. Patrick, if you don't like it, you can leave. I mean, that's all the thing I can tell you, right? But yeah, we got CA in the house right now. He's saying getting ready for Dynamite. Yes, Dynamite 200 is tonight. Chris from the Dunmark podcast is in the building. He said really enjoyed the Cody documentary. Let's get into the Cody documentary now. I really enjoyed watching this Cody documentary. It gave you so many questions to ask throughout the time that Cody Rhodes spent in WWE, him writing the list when he decided he wanted to go, pursue something different in the indies. The whole Stardust thing was something that it really questioned you, and as far as like how much are you willing to go to pursue your dream, right? And Cody made that Stardust character work for him for the best that he could. But I really thought that the dashing Cody Rhodes could have done more. Like, I feel like now, like looking back at this documentary and then looking at the way Cody is now, it's almost giving you like an older version of dashing Cody Rhodes, right? Because he wears the suits, he's smiling at you when he comes to the ring, and he wants everyone to engage with him, right? There was one thing that got to me about this documentary is that when Cody was in his teens and he decided he was in amateur wrestling, like his dad was always there, right? His dad said he was going to be one of the best. And when Cody went to pursue that dream of winning the state championship and actually winning, and his dad being there and being proud of him and stuff like that, my whole question is like, why couldn't you transition that into pro wrestling, right? Because that's what Cody was pretty much looking for. He was looking for his dad's approval in the pro wrestling business, right? And he would go up and down the roads and tell people about his son, but he didn't train his son the way he trained everyone else. He gave them some type of influence in, like, say, NXT, right? And that was one of the things to me, and like in the documentary, that I was like, like, I really wish that, like, if Dusty was around to get that perspective as to, like, why didn't you push Cody a little bit more, or train Cody to groom him to be this megastar that he is now, right? I love the fact that we didn't get too much information as to why Cody left AEW, but he gave you like a snippet of maybe like things that we all in the wrestling community were talking about, as far as like, did he leave for the money? Was it something that happened between him and Tony Khan? These are things that everyone was thinking. He kind of shed some light on it, but he did say he wasn't going to talk too much about it, which was, okay, right? And then watching a lot of the indie stuff that he did, going up and down the roads, fighting Kurt Angle, Adam Cole, doing stuff with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Like, these are things that, made you become a fan of Cody Rhodes even more. Like, it made you remember why, for a lot of fans, not too many, I can't speak for everybody, as to why you are a fan of Cody Rhodes, right? And man, if getting to WrestleMania part of the documentary didn't get you to be like, a part of me was kind of like, man, you know what? Cody should have maybe won at WrestleMania, just to like end that story, right? But then, like I said, when Cody didn't win at WrestleMania, is that if he would have won, what would have come out of that afterwards? Like, would we had been supportive of Cody moving forward, And I don't think that would have happened. Tyson's in the building saying, yo, what up, you? Chris from the Dunmarks, Dusty knew he could bring Cody in, but I think he just wanted Cody to find his own way on some things. I would love to know that AEW exit story someday. I would too, like, because that's something that I know a lot of people will want to know. That's something, obviously, he wants to keep that private to himself. And this is why he kind of just didn't shed light on that. But eventually, someone will shed some light on it. And I believe that man is Tony Khan, because we all know when Tony Khan is in his feelings, things happen. Will Cody ever achieve that goal of getting the WWE Championship and doing something that his dad could have done? I can say yes. Is it going to happen next year? Maybe. Only time will tell. Only time will tell if we're going to ever see this happen in the next couple of months. I know a lot of people will still want Roman Reigns to be your WWE Undisputed Champion. Like I said, if you have not seen this Cody Rhodes documentary, please do so. It is on the Peacock Network. It is definitely worth the watch. It's about like an hour and a half long documentary, so it doesn't take you that long to watch it. Once you get invested in it, it kind of just like flies by really quickly, and you will forget the time. My phone is going off. My phone will not go off the whole entire time that I'm sitting in my living room, but the minute I need to go on and start recording anything, my phone starts to go off here. Let's get into some AEW news. It was reported that Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Adam Page will remain the Elite. They will remain working for AEW and still be EVPs of the company. It is reported, we got that through Fightful, but then I also learned that from the Pro Wrestling Podcast, that all the members renewed their contracts for multiple years. It is not determined whether or not how many years each one is being signed to. This was something big that happened throughout the wrestling world today. A lot of people were kind of hoping that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega wouldn't have signed back with AEW, maybe possibly seeing them go to WWE, but Kenny Omega was really dead set on staying with AEW just because of the schedule wise and still having that freedom to work New Japan. We all know that Kenny Omega loves to work in Japan and has a really big working for New Japan Pro Wrestling. The Young Bucks obviously are always going to be a box office draw, and it would have been nice to see them in WWE. Maybe we could have gotten that match between the Young Bucks and the Usos, or the Young Bucks and, say, the New Day, which we've been clamoring for a very, very long time. So a Pro Wrestling Report. Yeah, I was just going to get into that too, because a lot of people was just like, There were some people that kind of was in their feelings because they got their contracts renewed too. And I was just going to get into that. So the Dark Order also renewed their contracts. And so did Kip Sabian as well. He renewed his contract with AEW. They're going to be sticking around for a pretty long time. Have not seen Kip Sabian in a while, though. I mean, we did see Evil Uno, obviously, because he has that storyline between the Dark Order and Hangman Adam Page. So yeah, we're gonna keep seeing them around for a good while here. What else? Big news coming out of WWE again with Vince McMahon being served subpoena to appear in court. There are no charges so far that are being brought to him, but nonetheless, like when I was looking at this before, this was something that happened like about a month ago, and is actually shedding to light now. So he did release he released an email to staff and talent over at WWE, saying that in 2002, WWE formed a special committee to review allegations of misconduct against Vince McMahon. That review was conducted in November of 2022. The following excerpts investigations throughout this expedition. I have always denied any allegations of wrongdoing and continue to do so. I'm confident that the government's investigation will be resolved without any findings of wrongdoing. I am focused on completing the recovery process of my spinal surgery, which is weird, and I'll get into exactly why I think that's a little weird that he talks about his spinal surgery, and on the closing of the transaction with Endeavor, which that is still going on. And things like this, where you have more investigations on the person who's trying to sell their company, gets a little hazy, because now, does Endeavor want to continue their partnership with WWE? How does this affect the contract negotiations between the two companies, right? So this happened actually a month ago in July, where he got served papers. Currently, I know Fightful had reported that he was having spinal surgery and he was recovering from that. Now, when Vince McMahon was going through the whole steroid era back in the day, he was going through neck issues too, and he had neck surgery around the same exact time that this was all happening. So it always seems like when something's happening to Vince McMahon, he's always having some type of medical procedure. And I don't know whether it's to get sympathy from the courts when things like this happen, or it's just a coincidence. People always have freak accidents when bad things happen to them. They always say when bad things come, they always come in threes, right? What else can we let's talk a little bit more here, because I'm seeing the time. We're like 16 minutes in here right now. WWE obviously making the rounds this week for SummerSlam. Roman Reigns was on First Take with Stephen A. Smith along with Paul Heyman. And if you haven't seen that interview, please go on YouTube, type in Roman Reigns, Stephen A. Smith, First Take. You get to see the whole entire interview. I think it was one of his best interviews so far. Just talking about the prestige of being WWE champion, all the box office stuff that he has done so far. Paul Heyman is one of the best. He said it himself on the show that he is the GOAT. And can you blame him for saying that? No, because he is the GOAT. We've seen it time and time again with him, with Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Ryback for a little bit, before, but he was Paulie Dangerously in ECW, and the stuff that he did with The Undertaker when he was Mark Calloway. The man does not miss. And to have Paul Heyman by your side is to have a meal ticket as long as you know how to use it. And sure enough, WWE and Roman Reigns know how to use Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman knows how to be used the right way. What else is going on here? Let's look at a couple of other news here that I'm looking at. I'm going to share my screen so you know exactly what I am looking at. Let's go here. There we go. I got to shout the man out real quick so you guys know exactly what's going on. So let's see. We talked about the Young Bucks. We talked about Cody. Um, Obviously, him trying to still pursue the WWE Championship. Vince McMahon news about him being indicted. I actually thought when they started saying about this with Vince McMahon, right? Let's get into this right here. Can I pop this up real quick? When they were talking about Vince, I thought that this had something to do with the whole Trump thing, because like Donald Trump just got his papers in, and him and Trump are friends. So I actually thought this had something to do with Donald Trump. I was like, man, Donald is just taking everybody with him when it comes to these allegations for the stuff that he's done in his past, and obviously when he was president of the United States. So, but no, it had to do with his own shit. So go figure on that one, right? Let's see what else my man Pro got up on here right now. Oh yeah, that's right. So let's talk about a little bit about Randy Orton. There were a lot of rumors that Randy Orton may show up to SummerSlam this weekend, but there are reports going around saying that he is not cleared to enter the ring, but he is cleared to start working out. There have been reports that actually Randy Orton has been in the gym doing reps and working out with weights to try to get a little bit stronger. But as far as like getting into an in-ring, that is very doubtful. There is no timetable as to when Randy Orton will be ready to come back to a WWE ring. Obviously, a lot of people are missing Randy Orton right now. People still want to finish the story between him and Riddle. So only time will tell how long we're going to be without Randy Orton. Obviously, he's just a number of people who are missing right now. Kofi Kingston is still dealing with an ankle injury. He just had surgery not too long ago. So he's still out. He's going to be out for quite some time. Big E still dealing with neck injuries. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future. We don't know when he's going to come back. Aaliyah is another person who she injured herself, so we don't know when she's going to come back. But all the best. Wishing you guys all the best, and hopefully we get to see all these people back in a WWE ring pretty soon. There was other news, especially obviously, my man Pro has to give all the facts here. And this year, the Cold Open, which is just mostly someone who's going to talk about what's going on with the SummerSlam show itself, and it's going to be Kid Rock. I'm not the biggest fan of Kid Rock. I mean, I used to love his music back in the day, but now with all the stuff that he's been doing as of late and saying, I am not too pleased to be a Kid Rock supporter. But he is going to do the Cold Open for SummerSlam on Saturday. So let's see how that goes. Obviously, WWE loves Kid Rock there. What else we got here? I'm not surprised about this news with Cora Jade deleting her Twitter account. Obviously, when you're trying to play a character, you got to keep pursuing it. Like someone like MJF, you can constantly keep saying things about people, and he will constantly keep getting at you over and over again. He doesn't care. He's not going to delete his Twitter. He's just going to keep on attacking you over and over again. And Cora Jade tried to do the same thing, but I think it got to her to the point where now she's deleted her Twitter. I know that there's a storyline going on right now that she left NXT. So I'm assuming she's going to take some time off, maybe regroup herself, come back, and rebrand herself as another character to show a different level of herself. Let's go into the comments here. Have you listened to the remix of Voices in My Head? Yes, I did. And that's what gave people a lot of indication that Randy Orton was going to come back pretty soon, because the band who makes Randy Orton's music came out with a different version of Voices. So it gave people a lot of indication that, like, hey, maybe Randy Orton is going to show up at one of these pay-per-views or a Monday Night Raw. But that hasn't been the case. That song's been out for a good couple of months now, and we haven't seen anything or heard anything about Randy Orton as of late, especially until we started getting more news that he's able to work out. But like I said, he's not going to be able to be inside a WWE ring anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think he's performing, Chris, but I do think that he's, like they said, that he's just doing the cold open, which is great. We don't need to hear a whole bunch of stuff between Kid Rock. Let's see. We got some Kevin Owens news here. Yeah, Kevin Owens confirmed that he has a year and a half left in his contract. If, you know what, I can't say that Kevin Owens is not going to leave. This is something that we talked about before. What was like about, I was like 2 years ago, right? That Kevin Owens was saying that he was going to leave. He was thinking about leaving WWE. Obviously, he trolled a lot of people when he was trying to do stuff with the Young Bucks, and he was posting pictures and stuff like that. And then we found out Kevin Owens ended up signing a new contract with WWE, and he's going to be sticking around for a little while. But now that contract is up, he says he only has a year and a half left in his contract. That's coming up pretty soon, especially the way all the months go by pretty fast. Summer is almost over. We're already in August. September is going to roll around, and everyone is going to back to school. Yes, thank God. But for right now, you know, Kevin Owens is sticking around. He has an injury right now to the rib area, so he is not going to be a part of SummerSlam. I was really hoping that him and Sami Zayn would have defended their tag team titles this weekend, but obviously that is not going to happen because he is still on the shelf. Let's see right here. Oh, there's some Cody stuff that he was talking about. There were plans for Cody Rhodes and Sting to wrestle each other, but obviously that didn't work out. Cody says that the plans was to wrestle Sting in AEW. I was going to wrestle Sting, but I don't think that I ever shared that with anyone, and nothing on paper or anything like that. But I can say that I got tremendous offers from AEW creative, financially, and the full package. You won't hear me say anything bad about AEW or Tony Khan or my time there. It was a tremendous offer, but the offer wasn't right for me. What I wanted to get back to was the first goal that was to win the WWE Championship, which he's still trying to do now. So let's see how that goes. Let's see what else we got here. What else my man has been letting us know here. My home. What is going on, Pro? Yes, we are here checking out your page right now. Actually, going over some news that you've been posting here. We went through a lot of stuff here already that you've been posting. All In still breaking records here. So All In has reported distribute of 77,470 tickets sold already. Now, this number right here are tickets that are bought already. All right. These are not like digital. These are like people already paid money for. Like they already have cash, right? So now they're like what? 3,230 tickets away from breaking the all-time attendance record for a paid wrestling event. Now that's huge for AEW, right? And this is the type of news that AEW needs to have on a daily basis. People were giving Triple H slack, some type of backlash a little bit because he called AEW a secondary company, right? But you think about it like this, like, without AEW, we wouldn't have people like MJF. We wouldn't, like, MJF would still be in the indies. I don't think he would have been as big as he is now. Ricky Starks probably would be in NXT by now or still with NWA. Like, thank God for AEW. I know we give AEW a lot of shit a lot of the time, but AEW itself was needed in order to have some type of competition with WWE, or at least to give them that nudge, like, hey, there's another place where people are going out there and people are striving. Look at Swerve going from NXT to WWE to now AEW and just killing it. Absolutely killing it. Buddy Murphy's another person too that's been killing it in AEW. Aleister Black, who's going by Malachi Black now, is another person that is has been killing it. So definitely somebody that you know, I'm glad that we have AEW to fall back on when it comes to stuff here. What else we got here? Let's check out some stuff that I have here. This is let's get rid of this here. Let's go here. What else? If you guys haven't seen the video, I'm gonna go to my profile page here. Obviously, we talked about the Elite already. I posted about that. We talked about the Elite re-signing. We talked about the Vince McMahon news. Kayla Braxton is actually stepping down from the Bump. She will no longer be the host of the Bump. Megan Morant will be the new host of the Bump. Kayla Braxton, after 4 years hosting the Bump, Kayla Braxton will be stepping down as the host of the Bump, and Megan Morant will be the new host there. Braxton announced her exit on the latest episode of the Bump, but she did tell fans that she would still be working with the Bump, doing some creative stuff backstage, bringing it to the forefront. So we'll definitely still see Kayla Braxton doing some stuff with WWE and the Bump. This is not something that is going to be like, oh my God, Kayla Braxton's going to leave, just like, you know, everyone else has done so far in WWE. I think she's going to be there for a long time. She's been there for the past 7-9 years now. Done the Bump for the last 4. So I don't see her leaving anytime soon, but you never know the way things are going with people's, you know, careers. Obviously, we talked about the Paul Heyman being with Roman Reigns on First Take. If you guys have not seen this video of toe tags and Ruthless Lala, by all means, let's pop this up right here. Let's see. Can we get some audio here?
Need to show you that I did not touch this man. You want proof? Proof that I did not touch this man. More proof that I did not touch this man. This is the biggest piece of proof that I could give you to tell you that I did not touch this man when I was getting yelled at.
He said he had proof. Yeah. That's his proof.
This is my proof. I got facts.
I smell bullshit.
I would not be. I got a witness.
I said don't touch him.
I got a witness.
Your thick ass is about to pick up all these.
I got a witness. I got a witness.
Hey, Ray, you said he hit you?
I didn't do nothing.
Talk shit, get here. See, warning comes for the
He's what
show.
Ray does, right?
Fat me wasn't greasy.
You know what? Enough talking. Revenge. There you go.
Poor
And
Toe.
you know what? One more time. One time for one time.
Put some oomph on it.
There you go.
There you go. See, you feel better?
I got a witness. And I'm a.
So there is a part 2 to this. If you guys wondering where, before I start playing part 2, you guys are wondering where did we do this? We went to Battle Club Pro on Saturday. We went to Jobber Slam 3, and Toe got confronted by Prolific for some things that he's done in the past. There is a part 2 to this video. He did say that there was a witness, so let's play that video for the
Witness to tell you that toe tags did not touch Ray in any way, straight or gay.
Who are you?
I am the witness. My name is Dr. Esquire Jr. III, and I also represent Kenny from the call-up. And you threw away my papers that had evidence that you assaulted this man also. And
You see this, right?
toe tags is an innocent man. You can trust me, I got a tie on. And another thing, this man has been short problems since I met him.
I don't even know you though.
They are believing.
You gonna learn things.
My head.
in my head. Sweet dreams are made of tears.
No, wait. It was him. I mean, I saw what you did.
It was a really good time at Battle Club Pro. We got to interact with a lot of people. That tie clip, yeah, that's a tie. It's a clip on. We all know, but yeah, we got to do a lot of interactions with people, which was a really cool experience there at Battle Club Pro. If you guys are in the New York area and have not checked out a Battle Club Pro event, please do so. It is so much fun to do that you will definitely have a good time. Becky Lynch and crew were a part of Celebrity Family Feud this past Sunday. If you guys have not checked out Family Feud, please check your local listings, go on your DVRs or your on-demands or Hulu and check for this. A really fun, funny episode of Family Feud that went on. You see Natalia, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and Becky Lynch rounded out the women of WWE. And on the men's side, it was Seth Rollins, The New Day, which is Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E, and Dolph Ziggler, all rounded off the guys of WWE. Obviously, you already know that WWE was making the rounds like crazy on TV, as they always do. Going over anything else I need to go over here? No, I am pretty much done with that one over here. Let's go on to our SummerSlam card. And our SummerSlam card is brought to you by the Run In Podcast, because they have a Pick'ems Run In podcast. So let's go with the news that Logan Paul and Ricochet will be starting off the show. As much as people are going to hate me for this, I think they're Logan Paul is going to end up winning this one. He's been losing a lot, and to keep having that momentum, I think that they're going to end up giving Logan Paul the win for this one. But if you do, you have to give Ricochet something. Tyson said he did his pick'ems. Good job. I think if you're gonna put Ricochet on the same route that you put a Seth Rollins, that was doing the job over and over again for Cody Rhodes, sitting there wrestling Logan Paul, doing stuff for Roman Reigns, and now he's the heavyweight champion over on Raw. Then what is next for Ricochet? You got to do something. You know, Ricochet is an amazing talent that hasn't really been used to his full potential the way he should. Now he is fighting Logan Paul, opening up SummerSlam. If Logan Paul wins this match, what do you do next with Ricochet? You can't just leave him in catering. You can't just put him on main event. You can't just leave him to do secondary stuff. You have to do something with Ricochet, but I think I'm going to end up going with Logan Paul for this one. I think that they're going to end up giving him the win here. I'm trying to go over everything, but I just wanted to go over that because I know they said that the opening match for SummerSlam was most likely going to be Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Dave Hill, first off, thank you for what you do. I was just wondering how come Rhea Ripley isn't defending her title. So, you know what, David, that is a really good question. This is something that we've talked about a lot. Like, Rhea Ripley is a phenomenal talent. This is something that, you know, we talked about over and over again. I'll switch sides really quick. And her not defending her title this weekend is something that's a little mind-boggling. Obviously, we have our triple threat match with Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. But now we start to see that feud between Raquel and Rhea Ripley, where you can have the opportunity to put these two women at SummerSlam and let them battle it out. But I don't think that like Raquel's injury or playing off to her injury is that severe that she can't wrestle, because we've seen her on Monday attacking Rhea Ripley, and obviously Rhea Ripley got the better of her. But you think about it like this, she could go back in there and fight it out. Like, so we gotta see. Hopefully we get that match pretty soon between Raquel and Rhea Ripley. But they gotta do something with Rhea Ripley. You're absolutely right, Dave. They gotta do something with her because she's gonna continue holding this title and it's just gonna be stale. What's helping Rhea Ripley now is the stuff that she's doing with the Judgment Day and she's doing with Dominic. Because if she was just a regular woman on the roster holding a title, people would get bored very quickly with her, and they will just strip the title and give it to somebody else. So that is a really good question. I'm really wondering why she's not on the card for SummerSlam, especially it being such a big event. It's one of their key 4 events every year, and you would think that they would have had her on there. You think Liv was originally scheduled to face Ripley if she wasn't injured? You know what? Maybe Tyson. It might have been that she could have been that person that could have went against Rhea Ripley, but if so, I mean, we've seen this so many times already between these two that it's like, do you really want to see it again? Now, like I said, I love the interaction between her and Raquel. We've seen it in NXT. We've seen it. I've seen these two battle it out on house shows, and the crowd loves it. So WWE already knows that they're going to have a banger of a match if they put these two together in the ring. It just has to be done. The crowd loved it on Monday when these two went at it. So it's only a matter of time. You got to do something, right? You got to give us what we want. Maybe if you like us, right? Just a little bit. Un ching ching, right? Let's go back to the SummerSlam card here. Let's switch gears here. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I see Cody winning this for the simple fact that there is no, we don't need to see another Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes match. We don't need to continue this story between these two because one, it really didn't even make sense to me as to why we would have Brock Lesnar attacking Cody Rhodes. Obviously, we came up and we said that it's like the John Cena effect of you have to plug in Brock somewhere when it comes to a superstar trying to raise their stock in the company, right? If you look at a lot of these champions or a lot of these people who are going for WWE gold, it's like you always have to go through Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns did it. John Cena did it. Seth Rollins did it. Big E did it. Kofi Kingston did it. Randy Orton did it. After a while, it just starts to get stale. So I'm kind of hoping that this will be the last time we see Cody versus Brock and maybe have Cody continue on with his story, especially with the documentary already out and them saying that he still has to finish his story. He's been going around saying this on press releases. And yeah, you need to get back on that road. You really do, because I don't know what exactly WWE is trying to do with him as far as letting us know what is next for this guy. Let's see what they have here. Are you following Homage on social media? I am. Hope you guys are too. One of the nicest, softest shirts you could possibly ever own is from Homage. I have a couple of Homage shirts myself that I love to rock on occasion. Definitely buying a hoodie and another t-shirt from them for football season because it is fastly approaching. I know the guys over at the Run In Podcast have a discount code. If you go to runinpod.com, you go to promotions, they will give you their affiliate link and you can save 10 to 15% off, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Next match on the card, we have Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Now, this has been going strong. This story has been going really well between these two. Obviously, Finn Balor bringing up stuff from the past when he hurt his shoulder and when they were battling it out for the Universal Championship, him not getting the rematch that he deserves. Seth Rollins being the architect that he is, the mastermind, the Joker, whatever it is that you want to call Seth Rollins, he has proven time and time again why he is one of the best in WWE. It's pretty hard to make a pick for this one. I want to go with Seth Rollins. I really want to think that WWE is going to keep Seth Rollins with this title for a good couple of months leading into, say, maybe like Royal Rumble, and maybe losing it at the Royal Rumble. But for right now, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. I can see Damian Priest interfering in this match and maybe costing Finn Balor that championship, just because he's gonna probably try and cash in his Money in the Bank. We've been seeing this for a while now, where Damian Priest has been playing off the fact that he can cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. There's even been times where Finn Balor has told Damian Priest to cash in his Money in the Bank, and it hasn't been successful. He tried to do it on Monday, and obviously you've seen he got hit in the mouth. Was it the mouth or the nose? But I know at the end he was bleeding pretty heavily from his face. I wasn't too sure exactly as to where he got hit, but we know he got hit with the Money in the Bank briefcase on one of the spots that happened between him and Seth Rollins. I'm going to save the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso match for last, that we can talk about this. The triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. The champion Asuka is going to take on Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. Now we're starting to see more and more of Bianca Belair turning heel. She's not the baby face. If you guys go in there, Charlotte Flair's somewhat of a baby face / heel. Asuka is just being Asuka. I don't really see a change in her at all. I just continue seeing regular Asuka at this point. Could this hurt Asuka's chance at still being champion? Yes, because you're now you're gonna bring in Io Sky into this, which is, she's lurking around with that Money in the Bank briefcase as well, and she's been trying to cash in for a good while. I can definitely see Io Sky interfering in this match. Would love to see Asuka retain her championship, but I have a pretty good hunch that WWE is going to pull that trigger and give the belt to Charlotte to continue her record for being one of the best women's champions in WWE. Obviously, because this will be a brand new title that she hasn't had the chance to defend. You know, she's had every single championship. The only thing she's missing is the Money in the Bank briefcase, which you never know. That's going to end up coming soon, 1 year, where we're going to see Charlotte Flair win the women's Money in the Bank. But for right now, women's triple threat match, my pick is Charlotte Flair. We talked about Logan Paul and Ricochet opening SummerSlam. I'm going to go with Logan Paul on this one, just because I think that he is due a win, and they're going to want to continue this feud between these two. I don't see this ending in one match. I see this going on a couple of matches between these two. Gunther and Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship. Everyone's saying that Drew McIntyre is going to win because he just signed a brand new contract with WWE, and they're trying to keep him happy. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Vince McMahon don't give a shit. And I believe that Gunther is going to continue to be your Intercontinental Champion. They want Gunther to break the Honky Tonk Man's record as long as reigning Intercontinental Champion. He is so close to beating that record that they're going to keep the title on him. For now, the next match we have up right now is Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. Friend versus friend, sister versus sister. 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler on this one, just because there have been rumors of Ronda Rousey leaving and going back to the MMA world. Thank God, because Ronda Rousey to me is like someone who hates coming to work, but she comes to work because she probably just needs the paycheck. And if that's the case, then there is no need for you to come here every single week and give us shitty ass promos and fucked up matches. So if you want to leave, by all means, there's the door. Shayna Baszler by herself will be a phenomenal superstar. We've seen her in NXT and we've seen what she can do. And if you haven't seen Shayna Baszler in the Indies, by all means, type it in and check it out, because she killed it in the Indies too. Don't think that she just came from MMA world and came straight to WWE, because she did. my pick for this one is definitely Shayna Baszler on this one, especially with the promos that they cut on Monday was phenomenal. We have the SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal, which everyone is saying the same thing, and I'm going to say it, that if LA Knight does not win the Battle Royal, then what the fuck are you guys doing? Because LA Knight has been on a high for the last couple of months now. Everyone's loving LA Knight. You go around town, if I go LA Knight, yeah, everyone's going to do the same exact thing. You even hear it on the indies where everybody just goes around and just says, yeah, over and over again. What the fuck is WWE thinking of not trying to pull the trigger on this one? Maybe they're trying to do a slow build for LA Knight. I'm not too sure. But you got to do something with the man. You just can't keep letting him lose. He's been losing and losing and losing. You got to give him a win. My pick for this one, LA Knight going in, winning the Battle Royal, challenging Austin Theory for the United States Championship, maybe on Raw. Maybe we have an impromptu match where LA Knight could possibly wrestle Austin Theory on SummerSlam. Never know. You never know. Next and last match that we're going to talk about is Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Undisputed Championship in a tribal combat match. Right now, we all know what's on the line. The head of the table is on the line. The leader of the Samoan dynasty is on the line, and along with the Undisputed Championship is actually on the line as well. Do I see Jey Uso winning this championship and being the guy to dethrone Roman Reigns? Not right now. I definitely see a swerve going on here on Saturday where Jimmy is going to come back and he's going to cost Jey Uso the championship, whether it's going to be by mistake or he's going to turn his back on his brother. If he turns his back on his brother, then that sets up a Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso one-on-one match at Payback, which will be the next pay-per-view going into WWE after SummerSlam. That would be amazing because we all wanted to see Jimmy versus Jey, just like the same way we wanted to see Jey versus Roman Reigns one more time. Because if you guys remember the match that they had at Hell in a Cell a couple of years back through the pandemic, that was amazing. And now we get to see this match between a live crowd this time, because the last time we seen Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso was through the pandemic, was in the Thunderdome arena type style that they had, and we didn't get to get that feel of the crowd's reaction and interaction between this match, right? So now we're gonna get to see that now, where we waited so long, where now we get to see these two go at it. I want to see if I can try and switch this here. Can we get it? There we go. So definitely something that I'm going to be super excited to see on Saturday. Hopefully this will end as the main event for SummerSlam, because they said there's like 4 different main events for SummerSlam, which is crazy. First, we had 2 main events. Now you have 4 main events. Whatever happens to just having 1, ladies and gentlemen, just 1. But that is your SummerSlam picks for Saturday. If you guys want to, please go to the runinpod.com. Go to the pick'ems, click on the SummerSlam pick'em page, and you will see. You can sit there and get your picks. So yeah, so it's runinpod.com. When you go on there, just go to announcements. You'll see it there. Do your picks. They're having a huge giveaway for that one. And good luck on that one right there. We're gonna close this out. We're gonna close that one on as well, and that is it. The last little bit of news that I will have for you is there's a potential rumor that RVD is gonna end up coming to AEW, since they're having this whole Jack Perry storyline where he's like taunting a lot of the former ECW guys, especially with Taz, now that Jack Perry is holding the FTW title. To have somebody like Rob Van Dam be there right now would be interesting, just for the simple fact that He's still been wrestling. We haven't seen Rob Van Dam wrestle on TV since Impact. So now to have him possibly show up on AEW, maybe having a match at All In between him and Jack Perry, that would be pretty awesome, in my opinion, to see how that's going to go. But that is it. We have AEW Dynamite tonight. I closed it out. I wish I would have not closed it. We got AEW 200 tonight. We're going to hear from MJF. We're going to have Jack Perry versus Jerry Lynn tonight. We have a triple threat match ending the show tonight, as well as we have Best Friends going up against Lucha, going up against BCC. Thursday Night Football is tomorrow as the Browns take on the New York Jets. I will be definitely watching that. Never know, maybe I'll come on and we can watch this thing together. Big Hirsch is in the building. One of my guys that we interact on a daily basis, sending each other funny videos or some creepy videos at times. He has a podcast as well that you guys can go and check out. But enjoy the rest of your week. Definitely follow me on all socials at the Call Up Podcast. On Instagram, you can follow me on Threads under the same name as well. Let's talk SummerSlam. Went very creepy. Yeah? Let's talk SummerSlam this weekend. Guys, enjoy yourself and have a safe one. I am out of here. I'm going to go watch AEW Dynamite because it's about to start in a couple of minutes. Peace.